let's get this backswing started with some width. Okay, so some of you are asking me the questions from online, which I really appreciate. Should I fold the elbow early? Should I cock the wrist when I get this thing going back into P2 here? Or should I be like Tiger and be a little bit more Scottie, Scheffler, a little more straight with the triangle back here? And I would say, let's get it a little straighter feeling. Don't fold the wrist right away or the elbow, because this idea of moving the triangle, so the back line of the shoulders make a edge of the triangle, and then the two arms make the other sides of the triangle. Okay, so there's your triangle. And if you want to play like a machine, you want to make sure the rivets are in place. Okay, so we want to get this thing going back. And you guys can just get up right now, get a club in your hand, get something. You don't even need a club. Just use your hands like this and start to practice a 30 to 40 degree shoulder turn when you get the hands level to the bottom of the ribs over here. Okay, so start this backswing as so. Get some width. Okay, now as you start to get to the top here, you might want to keep feeling this stretch over here so we don't fold the arms into our bodies. Now, some of you out there I know have that soft left arm. Mine's been a little bit soft through this hand injury I've had, so I'm really having to stress the feeling of me getting back here and feeling like really there's no wrist hinge. Okay, so you start the swing back. You have also a load, so you're loading to the right and then coiling. Big deal. Hogan had that board over here under his foot, and when he'd go back, he'd load over here into this right leg, pushing the pelvis over there as he was getting wide with the hands. Okay, so that's what I want you to do, to coordinate a little bit of load, then turntable. So we load, the loading portion is going this way, back towards you guys. That's going to take my arms and stretch them out towards the side of me more than anything. Then it is going to be rotary. So if you're starting your back swing with rotary right away, it's going to be difficult to get the stretch out that way. You might fold your arms and get stuck back here, and then you're going to come over the top. So the over the top players typically get around too much early and then come out and over on the way down. The guys, the big guys on the tour back in the day, remember we got LT, Lee Trevino, we got Fred Couple still playing. Trevino, he'd go out here this way, and then he'd stretch out that way and then come around and do that loop from the inside. The guys that rotate early and bring that arm action inside end up coming over the top. And so that's not, I see that all the time when I'm out here teaching. All right, so I'm suggesting that A, you want to load, move your head, move your hips.
Uncanny comparison. On the left, we have Lorena Ochoa, who is number one for 158 weeks in a row on the LPGA, Mexican National, and Scottie Scheffler, 103 weeks in a row as number one in the world as of 2003. Watch the similarities here. Unbelievable. You're going to watch Scottie drift to the right a little. Okay, then that wide takeaway. Okay, there he goes. And then a bent left arm, momentum carrying him there. And then the head goes to the right. He slides his hips. Look at the visor there. And we got Lorena. She's bumping to the right. She has that wide, wide, wide. The momentum of the arms is going to go up and collect into her body. She starts to bend towards the target. And then the neck and the hat go. And bam, there they are. Unbelievable how similar they
Get firing back here with some momentum at the same time, coordinate the arms stretching back with the swing. So, your arms have a certain weight to them. The mass of both arms together and the club has a weight to it. So that inertia and momentum when you start it back is going to want to stretch anyway. So you're going to go to that right leg, whether you like it or not. Your center of gravity is going to go to the right, which helps us with the inertia and momentum coming through. If you are a front-loaded player and you're looking at stack and tilt, that's a viable way to go about it as well, but it's not the most powerful because you're going to be front-loaded over here and you're going to be spinning into, without any shift back. So my suggestion to be your best, to absolutely be feeling athletic, seeing what you see on the tour more often than anything, is moving a little bit in the backswing over here, shifting back, moving forward, going up with the pelvis, and rotating through at the end. So here we go. I'm going to take this back here like so. I'm going to load, and then I'm going to make my turntable spin. I'm going to do it like this. You should have seen me go back with a little bit of bump here, right? So widen your stance out. You know, if you want to feel like an athlete, you want to get into that linebacker type setup here. Linebacker is going to be back with the haunches back here and feeling like the femurs, the upper legs or the femur bones, guys, they're inside of the sockets attached inside of the hips there. So the femur's going that way. The pelvis is the big bowl, the big bony bowl, right? So you want to be able to move that. You want to be able to access the muscles and the adductors in your legs. And things like when you see a linebacker moving around or a basketball player, we're all doing these athletic movements. You want to blend that in a little bit. So if you don't know what that is, I used to be as a baseball player like this, ready to go either waiting for that pitch to come in, and my legs are going side to side, side to side, and I can feel my glutes fired up here. So again, we want to load back in that right leg so that you can turn. Get some weight going to the right leg. The friction over this foot will allow you to load back. Okay, here we go. All right, not bad. Here we go. Now I'm going to do what I was telling you before. I'm a little soft with the arms because of this hand injury. I'm exercising and getting it stronger. It feels okay today. And so I'm making some progress. But what I'm going to show you now is I know that I tend to get the momentum like kind of like Scheffler. My momentum is like Ochoa, Lorena Ochoa, one of the best players of all time, female from Mexico, and Scottie Scheffler have the same exact action. And that action is this. As they get to the top of the swing with their hands and arms, you'll see the hands and arms coming into the body like this, okay? Now Scheffler goes with his hat this way, starts to slide his hips, and his upper body sets behind the hip action. Ochoa does the same thing. It's uncanny. I'll put those in here. You'll check it out. Is that an exotic move, a one of a kind of thing? Well, it certainly is a natural thing for Ochoa and Scottie. So Scottie might have some training with Randy Smith, but definitely this is what we see. We see a soft left arm from Scottie. He gets it like way up here, up to like 12 o'clock with this arm. But you'll see then it all collects into the body this way as the body starts to glide here, and then it stops gliding. And that's when you see Scottie with that casting vortex of speed, and Ochoa as well. Okay, so I would suggest that we build something a little smaller. So when you see like Scheffler making his practice swings, you don't see much wrist cock at all. You also see him casting. So when he goes back, you'll see that his arms look like they're going back and there's no cocking at all. And then they're wide through. So they're wide here because the club's further away from me. I don't have wrist cocking moving the club up there. And from here, I can just go forward and shift through. All right. So that's something to do, and that's how you want to play your intermediate wedges. You don't want a bunch of wrist cock. You don't want to hit wedges like this, right? You want to use it with the pivot of your body and the sweeping action of the club, which is going to be like so, right? So you pivot through. So that's when you see Scottie and those guys, they're kind of wide here, and then they'll bring the club to the ball with the rotation and a little move to the front, the chip shot or the intermediate wedges, getting a lot of spin, okay? So again, I'm going to go back into what Tiger does. Tiger's super wide here. See that right arm? There's no bend in it. Just wide back here, shifting the head over to this right leg. The left hip is moving away from its start line, getting over here. So that's the load. The coil is the turn. So it's loading the belt loop here this way as it starts, then it turns, right? So we load about an inch over here and then turn. If we just turn first, we're probably going to be too much on the front side. You won't be able to turn on this back leg. All right, so here we go. Stretch. Here we go. All right, so there's some sequencing ideas for you guys, all right? I'm not I'm not suggesting that this is the only way to go, but it sure is a powerful way to go. And when you look at the greatest players, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, all the guys back in the day, I think these days it's more staying in the barrel, so to speak, not moving the head, um, and keeping the head quiet coming through. And so, when you watch Tiger at his best there, the hip was going over here, moving away from the start line, winding up this way, and then on the downswing, the hips would go forward, and then the pelvis would start rising up. You'd see that belt tab go way up. Unpracticed, but I'm trying for you guys, okay? So give me some thoughts on what you guys think about this idea. Are you a guy or gal out there that is sitting there trying to stay one-sided? You can get your pelvis pushed a little to the front side and still, from this spot right here, you want to feel like even from this little push this way, that you would push away from it. You see? So my pelvis went over an inch there, and then as I started back, it started to switch over to the other side. So you start to feel like there's the pelvis move. You watch Adam Scott, when he starts his downswing, the pelvis goes over there, and you'll see the wrinkles in here, but you won't see the hips way over. And that's one of my things that I do. And so trying to get more efficient with what I do, helping you guys feel it too. So hitting into a firm left side, where did that go? A firm left side is going to be my femur still facing you and my pelvis slamming up into it like Hogan, right? So it looked like this, right? Without chasing the shallowing spinning move. You don't want a bunch of turntable whipping through when you're trying to make a collision with this golf ball. You want to be stabilizing by the time you're hitting. So you get over here, you get shifting. You start coming in halfway down. You're starting to raise the pelvis. The pelvis is starting to raise. The pelvis is big bony bowl of the hip. That's when the club starts to smash into the golf ball because you got things going away from the ground, such as the left shoulder, left hip, this way. And that's what's going to be that parabolic acceleration. Have you heard of that? That's like the speedboat coming whipping around because the boat takes a turn and the skier goes whoosh. We're trying to get that handle of the club to come back into us, right? And it's feeling pretty good now. Thanks for helping me, guys. Best of the world to you guys. I love trying to bring this content and make sense for you. Geometry golf is coming. It's going to be for you scientists, engineers out there that want to really get all these elements down of like angles, way to map out your progress, power, where you're going to get this levers going. Okay, that's it. So Gorminator's out. Wish you the best. Can't wait to see you again. Hey guys, are you experiencing difficulties with your golf game? Did you know there are 3 major league systems that are used on the tour today, where the real-time adjustments are made by the tour players so that they can shoot better scores under the extreme conditions, and so can you. So just click the link down below. It'll take you to a free quiz. We'll determine which system is better for you so that you can hit your goals and drastically improve your game, just like a tour player. All right, we'll see you on the other side.